Like that's when Mars really starts to shine. Is when you as a player also have that step up.
There's definitely a lot of potential for outplay with that hero.
Yeah.
And it's also very good against Wraith King because you can clear the skeletons very easily with the W.
So it brings him with the Ember, Mars, Earthshaker, Bane.
Yeah, it's a very balanced draft so far. And they will use their... Ember could potentially go safe lane, so they still have that freedom of choice there. If they want to pick another carry for mid lane, like a Medusa or something.
That was actually my next question. I don't know if you were reading my mind. I was going to say, you know, is this more looking like an Ember mid-draft or an Ember safe lane draft, or is it really just still that open?
It's very, very open because Bane Ember is a very strong lane. Ember versus Storm is slightly Storm favored, but not a lane that's like Ember hates going to, because it most likely means that he gets free farm, and then free farm Ember is always a big threat on the map.
Good amount of lockdown here.
10 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
it's a very brave Storm pick.
Yeah.
But as we said yesterday, like
5 seconds
if Storm gets
remaining.
items, all these counters are, you know, they don't mean anything. You get BKB, you jump the Shaker, the Bane, and they'll hate you.
Yeah, definitely very ambitious and should be played by SCCC.
Yup. Now RNG has the super good anti-mage game so far. I expect to see that banned last by Newbee here.
You think if it's not banned, that should be like a guarantee. Well, nothing's ever a guarantee in a pick. It always comes down to how comfortable the team is with that hero, even if it's a really good counter. But it's definitely top ranked on what they should pick if it doesn't get banned.
Yeah, it's like really good against the entire lineup. It's actually there's no hero right now that Newbee has that's like good against AM. Storm can be really good if he gets a very fast Orchid or something like that, but how it's looking right
10
now,
seconds
more than
remaining.
likely AM will have free farm on the lane, and then he can just outscale all of them.
5 seconds
I don't know if
remaining.
Monet likes to play it though.
And there's just so much that the AM can do. You know, early on, stop the Wraith King from being able to have the mana to get that reincarnation off, or if the Storm uses a lot of his mana pool, blow him up and really start the team fight that way with Anti-Mage's ult. I feel like he can be super effective in a game like this.
Yeah, you don't care about line either,
Yeah.
because if you, especially the impale, you just throw it back right at him. But yeah, we'll see. I really don't know if Monet likes to play the hero or not. But if it was like a liquid right now, they would definitely pick it
Newbee's
for
turn to pick.
for Miracle.
Radiant team
They
pick.
ban the Troll. They pick up the Centaur, which is something we saw them play yesterday, I believe.
Yup.
So we'll see if they go to the AM. I still really do believe it could be a good AM game, but like you said, it comes down to if Monet feels comfortable on that hero.
10
But what else does he
seconds
play? I know he likes to play Void, Chaos Knight,
5 seconds remaining.
but those two, like they seem alright, but not like super good. Like not the last pick worthy.
They go
OD.
OD, so it looks like they're gonna put Monet on the Ember. Yeah.
It's a very interesting draft. Like they have no power or like building pressure at all on the map. Ember, OD, and Mars, they don't push buildings, and neither do their supports. Like they can get a lot of kills, but they can't transition to objectives pretty much at all.
He's got a better win rate on his Ember than he does his Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is definitely not one of his top heroes. You know, only has like a 35% win rate with that hero, but 47 for Ember. But Setsu's really good on OD, so
I would have expected more like a Dusa if they want to go for another mid hero like this.
Mhm.
I'm just a bit worried for RNG that they can't transition into objectives. We'll see how it pans out, I guess.
definitely seems like it could be an interesting game here for Newbee if they can get the ball rolling. Like you said, if Storm finds the items, he can start to style on you. And SCCC is... We've talked about a lot about mid players. There's so many good mid players in this qualifier, in this regional qualifier alone. I mean,
yeah, I haven't seen much like from SCCC in quite a while, to be honest. Like he used to be this really flashy mid player that has like a Reddit thread every week, but there was nothing like that for pretty much the entirety of the year. So I don't know if it's like a lack of confidence because they were losing a lot or what, but he definitely has the potential to be one of the best, and I would love to see him come up to that standard again.
Yeah, maybe find that confidence once more. It would be really nice to see because, like you said, he was flashy. He was a Showtime guy, and always made you excited. Always made you say, "How did he do that?"
Yep, on his Quap, on his Invokers. And yeah, let's see how this game goes. OD versus Storm is generally quite OD favored, so he might have a rough time.
There we go. I finally had the that hero screen. Always gives my Dota program trouble. The new like international hero screen.
Oh yeah. You see that? On the hero screen it said 21-10 Storm. Last game by SCCC as Storm. If he lives up to that pub game experience.
So we'll see what he's able to do here with the Storm and how these lanes are going to set up. You've got Jaja heading bottom right now. It could just be potentially to go for a kill because they've got a lot of early lockdown to work with.
They want to have the Centaur against the Mars, I believe. And then the Wraith King against the Ember Spirit. If they can successfully aggro try on this Ember Spirit, he's gonna have a really hard time, I think. But Ember wants to dodge the Wraith King no matter what.
Yeah. So we'll see a little bit of musical lanes going on.
Yep. Oh.
I'm surprised you could dig up stasis traps in lobby games like that.
Yeah. I mean, people don't dig up stuff when there's any fight, you know, so... Yeah, Ember around towards top lane, he really wants to dodge that matchup, as we said.
Did he spot the Wraith King?
Ward. There's no ward from the Dire side to see the rotation, so... They're already predicting it, though. Yeah, the endless tug of war.
Yeah, sometimes you'll see guys shift lanes 2-3 times.
Yeah, that's what they have to do here, really. Like, if they triple lane this Ember Spirit, he's gonna have such a hard time in this game. He's the one that needs to make space for the team and create tempo.
So Jaja will show himself, Monet will spot it. We'll see if and when they potentially swap here. Jaja already taking a lot of damage, and quick pause comes out from Newbee as the disconnect from the Centaur.
Yeah, technical pause. Fenrir debating whether or not to TP top. Oh, the Bane is actually also TPing right now. Yeah, he's TPing top. So they want to have a triple lane themselves. So they actually feel confident fighting the triple lane. Very interesting.
It could be a triple lane to try and go... Could it be a triple lane just to go for the kill, and then if it doesn't work out, swap the cores, and then have that lane set up already?
Nah, but either way, the Wraith King has a TP, right? So if Ember TPs, Wraith King will TP.
Lanham has Fissure ready to go, so they might want to be careful, but the stun comes out from Wei Shi, and Jaja finally gets hit by the Fissure. They'll send Fenrir over towards top. They're looking for first blood, as Jaja already quite low, but with the Sleight of Fist, Monet able to secure it. So they bring the second support up top for RNG, and they're able to get the kill.
Yeah, and now also they could swap lanes if they don't feel comfortable, but they will play it out for a little bit. Obviously just got the first blood on the Ember Spirit, very strong.
Yeah, it makes it really hard for Newbee to secure the matchup, right? Because he TP'd back over towards top, and you could just send the Ember bottom, and he's not going to be able to follow.
Yeah, this is what we spoke about. They just changed the lanes immediately. They really want to dodge the matchup. But now Ember has a really good game already, as opposed to having a terrible one. So perfectly done by Newbee so far. I mean, by RNG. And now it's up to Newbee to adjust. What can they do, though? Wraith King has no TP.
And so now he's without the matchup he wanted. He was the first blood. It sets up quite well for RNG, and what we saw yesterday, the theme of the day was laning. You know, how important the laning was.
Yeah. Mid lane we can already see Odie rocking 70 knights. Very well there.
It's no surprise that RNG are the huge betting favorites in this game.
Oh, it's so sad.
Owen's just trying to cut here as much as he can. He's in a relatively safe spot.
Yeah, with the level 2 return, you don't really care too much about... Ah, very nice sleep though. Bane, one of the best heroes to prevent cutting from happening.
Yeah, you get that sleep, and then the creeps walk right on by. It stops that cut, just like we saw.
Yep.
So, Cold Feet comes out top. They've also got the slow flyby. Turns around for a moment. The body block from Fenrir allows the Cold Feet to proc. So Jaja gets a kill.
Crit, the 11% coming in clutch. Without that crit, there's no way he dies.
Yeah, they get that crit, but I was surprised because he turned around for a second, and I think, you know, that let Fenrir get into the right position to step in front of him for a moment just to get him on the edge of that Cold Feet range.
Yeah, maybe he thought he's a bit more tanky than he actually is. But these skeletons deal a lot of damage, you gotta be very careful.
Yeah, yesterday we saw a tower go down in 3 minutes, so we're not going to see the same thing here. Oh, nice crit on a flyby. Already putting him back down to half health.
It's really ridiculous, like how it scales. And you have an 11% chance to just deal 3 times the damage. It's like some old CK crit right there.
It's a good way to recover, too, because Jaja, with that early death, you know, gets a kill right on back. He's able to do something there. They've got the Astral Imprisonment onto this Storm as well as the Fissure coming through, but the immediate TP from Weishi. I'm taking a lot of damage, and they'll back off. They won't continue to commit on Astral C.
Radiant structures
Yeah.
are fortified.
Also, the raindrops now. Make sure the Astral doesn't deal too much damage.
Flyby dropping again. They might even be able to get Fenrir in return, but the Fissure puts him on the wrong side, and I'm forced to run away with Cold Feet.
Yeah, we spoke about how strong Zen really is, and like even a hero as tanky as Mars with the bulwark dies. There's just too much magic damage coming out of the lane. And then Wraithkin takes care of the physical damage. There's just no way you can man-fight it when these skeletons are out.
So Newbee, despite giving up that first blood, they're up 1,000 net worth. Their laning phase going quite well at the moment. Just 5 minutes in. I mean, it's, you know, nothing to get too worked up about. And meanwhile, a good scan from the Radiant. Weishi was looking to wrap around. They've also got Lanham coming in. So they'll keep the Earthshaker nearby as they were looking with that line to go over towards mid.
Yeah, immediate D-Ward as well. Very well done. But yeah, the main difference right now is the offlaners. That's where the 1k advantage comes from. Centaur is sitting at 2.6k, whereas the Mars only has 1.7.
Vanguard picked up for Alwyn too.
Yeah, the Centaur is almost impossible to kill at this point with his Vanguard. 1400 health.
And he's just so willing to take those couple of tower shots, get those extra stacks, and retaliate. And man fight this Ember. He doesn't really care, so he's able to secure the farm that way. Again, Flyby goes down over top. And they're able to push this tier 1 tower.
But he just can't show himself anymore in the lane. There's just too much damage coming out from the Dire side. Every time he shows, he will just die. Level 4 only on Mars as well. He really needs an ultimate and start to get active around the map.
This is
Wraithking's huge.
such a tough lane for the Mars, and yeah, Jaja already level 6. He'll hold on to the point just in case he needs it for the reincarnation, but he may not. As Weishi comes around from behind, they get the stun. He shows himself once more. They've got Cold Feet, and they'll get the kill. Flyby dropping as he joins back, and he's like, I'm back in the lane, and back to base.
He really needs to be careful, like, can't be showing himself like this anymore. He's not as tanky as he thinks he is. Like the third time, he just gets caught out of position and dies immediately.
He's gonna show up once more. If he dies again, that would be terrible.
Nah,
Fissure.
this time they're gonna bring in the OD if they really want to fight here.
Fissure put Jaja on the right side, but they couldn't really look to commit too much. He would just take the reincarnation. He's got that extra skill point ready.
Ember, now also level 6, can join those fights. And look at the top tower, it's almost deniable already, 130 health left. And it's minute 7. You almost lost the tier 2 tower minute 7. Insanely fast.
Yeah, the rotations didn't really come out to help the Mars until a little bit too late, and then they put the pressure on. They continued for that tier 2. They got out without giving up any kills, too. So they were just able to walk away. They put, you know, a lot of damage on that tier 2 for nothing.
Yeah. Flyby definitely misplayed it quite a bit. Like, he died way too many times. Not really acceptable. But it is what it is. Now Wraith King, 100 gold off his Midas. Very farmed right now. And the moves will have to come from Ember Spirit this game.
How long is he going to be down here? Because, ooh, Monet, he's getting quite low with Alwyn turning around and getting that kill onto the Ember.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Oh no. I mean, it's always surprising when you fight a Centaur that he suddenly hits you for 300 damage, but... You know, that Centaur with 13 stacks, level 7. Danny strong here, you gotta be careful. And they need to start bringing more heroes to get these kills. Like, these kills are really important for them. OD could have easily TP'd just to secure the kill on the Centaur. I just want to make sure that they get, like, involved more. They're gonna help each other out right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So, SCCC, we haven't seen much movement from him yet, but... I mean, they've been fine without him moving around, so he's been given this opportunity to kind of just farm up the jungle and do whatever he wants to, you know, find those first couple of items.
I mean, SCCC is out of this game right now. Look at him. He's sitting at 2.4k net worth, 33 CS. OD completely destroyed him.
They've got the Hex, they'll throw the stun out, but the ball lightning onto the back lines, and now they'll find the OD, who has to imprison himself, but they've still got him surrounded, so he needs to be careful trying to walk away from this one as the Fissure does come in, but he ends up dying anyway. Jaja will get that one, and they'll look over at Monet. The stun hits, and there's the Remnant back towards the tower and away from this Newbee side. Ends up being a 1-for-1, an offlaner for a mid.
Yeah, at the same time though, Daya got the top tier 2 tower, the Wraith King skeletons pushed down the lane. And now they're looking to do the same thing bot lane. And it's not easy to stop them right now. Centaur is insanely tanky, and so is Wraith King.
Oh, Ice Blast coming over. Monet will get hit, he'll immediately Remnant away.
Yeah, that would have been his death. If he got stunned there, followed up by the Centaur with the retaliate stacks, he would have instantly died there. And it's another free tier 1 tower. No response possible. And we have yet to see the Mars get involved at all. And OD tried to be involved, but then he just died, so... The rotation's not working out right now for RNG.
Can Mars just get involved with his 6, or does he need anything else with that?
He really only needs level 6, but of course you wanna have some phase boots to get into position to really throw that spear. But like right now he's severely underfarmed, and you don't really get back into the game by farming. On a hero like Mars, you do need to get involved.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He might just die again top. They're smoking top with 2 heroes right now. 3 heroes even. Has to be really careful here. Oh, he's showing himself. That probably means he's just dead.
Oh yeah, they're wrapping on him. The ball lightning forward, flyby, spears back SCCC, but they've got the Ice Blast as well as the sun coming out from Weishi. There's the Electric Vortex, will keep him close, and flyby is gone once more.
Yep. I mean, Storm is still having a very hard game. He definitely needs some time to recover still. Sitting very low at the net worth chart. But that's definitely a step in the right direction for him. But like that's what I spoke about. Like, what does RNG really do now? They can't. You see the towers, right? They're all half health or above. Just have no tower damage at all, which is what we were worried about in the drafting phase.
And they're finding a lot of issue in trying to pressure these towers, or even, you know, take a couple of fights here or there.
And the only thing they really can do right now is fight together. Like it's Ember, OD, and Mars. They need to find fights together. They cannot be so split up anymore.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Become a real problem for them as the net worth deficit continues to build and build in the favor of Newbee.
Yeah, and now we see... Oh, Wraith is actually going for the Armlet build as opposed to the Radiance. Makes a lot of sense against the OD, I suppose, because you just want to blow the OD up and then they don't really have any damage anymore.
So they'll continue to try and farm on Setsu. He's got that Kaya. Meanwhile, Mars, he's,
Tower is under attack.
you know, 0-5-0. Flyby struggling immensely.
He did nothing this game so far.
Yeah.
Has he even used an arena yet? I don't think so.
No, I have not seen it once yet. And then Ember just trying to farm, but they're coming bottom. They're looking for a kill. As well as over top, they'll stampede. The arena does get used, but it doesn't catch anybody.
He hesitated a moment too long, and the Centaurs ran out before it could close around him. And again, they're 4 heroes top, but what can they do? They have no tower damage. The only thing they can do is go back and farm. They needed to get that kill in order to transition to the tower.
And this is two supports making Monet's life really hard. And they might be able to get the kill, and they've got the Figure and Will. Jaja comes over, helps out, and they will lock down and kill off Monet. Fissure hits onto Jaja, fly by Lanham, trying to keep the OD alive. Afu comes in, the Echo Slam will be dropped to get that first life from the Wraith King, but here comes SCCC. He finds the Bane, gets the kill as the Cold Feet procs over. Setsu ends up dying, that's going to be 2 dead. The buyback from the Ember to at least take out Weishi. Lanham falls, double kill for SCCC. Jaja getting low. They can maybe secure this one core and will, but that cost a buyback. That was 4 deaths, and is it really worth it?
I mean, that's the only thing they can do, really. They need to get these kills. Because I'm so confused about what the actual winning condition is for them. Because we see even if they win these fights with like buybacks and whatnot, like who cares? They can't transition to anything. They will never get any map control. 4 bounties now for... No, actually 3 bounties. Like by taking 1.
Stupendous.
So with those 3 bounties, puts them up 5,000 net worth. You've bought back on the Ember. If they could get a quick to kill here on the Ember, with the way they're able to pressure these towers, they could push out pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna be dead for about 70 seconds. He dies once more.
Jaja looking over and, well, will remnant away.
Yeah, they smoked up again. Storm as well as AA. Only smoked up on the way to bottom. Looking to pressure the T2 tower.
Flyby coming over. Smoke will be broken. They'll spot Mars. Ball lightning over. Ice Blast hits. He's really low. Should die regardless of the outcome of SCCC's life, but he's just able to ball lightning away. They'll stampede, break the distance, and again, another exchange, another pickoff where Newbee come out unscathed.
Yeah, and 5 heroes bottom for the Dire side, while Centaur still farming the top side efficiently. Just another big win for Newbee. They're really outplaying them quite hard right now. But again, it was made quite easy for them, because they don't have to worry about anything. The only thing they have to worry about is fighting them properly. They don't need to worry about any trades or anything of the sorts.
We are starting to see SCCC start to kind of pop off too. He's 4-0-1, and you said it in the draft, if you get those items, you're able to move around regardless of the lockdown that RNG holds. And we've seen just that. He's moved around. He's gotten kills where he can. He pops in, pops out. And he's 4-on-1 for all his hard work.
Yep. Did a very good job recovering in this game. He was far behind in the after the early game, but now he's sitting at the middle of the pack.
Setsu's doing well, but the team around him, if you look at the net worth, is kind of fading behind, especially Mars. Mars, who's 1-6-1. He had started 0-5-0. It's been a very hard game for him. He's finally got that blink dagger, so he'll be able to blink in and get that arena of blood down. But is that even going to be enough for him? We'll have to see.
A naked blink is always very risky because it doesn't help you scale. It only helps you fight. So if you lose the next fight as Mars, you won't be able to scale at all in this game. And you need a Desolator on him this game to be able to pressure buildings. So they're all smoking top. That's really the only thing they can do. They need 5 heroes to push the tower down. Because otherwise it's way too slow. And we see Newbee just trading for the bottom tier 2 tower.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Take 800 away from Blink.
Middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under
Brave King's still going back for the Radiant, by the way, after the armlet.
Quite the build-up. He's also potentially looking for that blink. We'll see what he picks up first. He saved up enough gold where he might just go straight into the Radiant and should probably go that direction, right?
We see Ember TP bot lane. He does one slide and TP's back. What? He doesn't have a TP now, he has no mana.
He TP'd bottom, Remnant back over towards top. Yeah, no mana. That's an interesting move there coming out.
Oh, he TP'd to slide one time. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Couldn't even save the tower or deny it.
Now he TP'd in after the tower was down.
Yeah.
Now they're just gonna get the middle tower as well. Things are looking very rough for the Radiant side here.
They just don't have many answers.
They just finished the BKB on OD though, so they do have a fight timing where if you can get the BKB off, it's so hard though. They have so many. Oh, there was a one on the courier. Like they have so many long range disables on Dire that if you don't react really quickly with your BKB, you might just end up getting hexed and instantly die. So you will have to be fast on the trigger.
Such a rough game for this Mars. Such a rough game for RNG in general at the moment. 8,000 net worth. I don't think you're really out of it. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure building up onto RNG, but one good fight can always bring it back. So they just got to play it really well and find the right timing to go in onto Newbee.
They need the Shaker to have a blink. He needs 400 gold. They should try to secure as many bounty runes as they can. Make sure that he gets that blink timely. But Newbee also noticed and they don't want to let it happen.
One breaks the smoke. Blink with the hoof stomp, but it misses. Monet's got the side fist as well as the Searing Chains, though. Blink can get the Arena of Blood down and the Spear. Sets it with the BKB, trying to do as much damage as he can. They'll get the kill and all, and they look over Jaja, who gets hit with the Sanities and will fall. No mana for that reincarnation. Ends up dying, and now Newbee have to try and escape. As the Remnant forward from Monet just trying to find one more with that side of his Searing Chains, but won't catch up to the Ancient Apparition. So they get two. Goes well for him, and that should give enough gold here for the Earthshaker to grab that Blink Dagger.
Indeed.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Hi.
And there it is. So that could be the turning point. That fight right there, if this starts going the way of RNG, is definitely a staple of that turnaround. Played really well. A lot of distance. Alwyn was a little overly aggressive. That once he had missed that blink, he was in a lot of trouble despite how tanky he is.
I was surprised he just went in like that without really seeing anything. Kind of thought he was Superman. I think they didn't see the OD BKB before, so it was probably the BKB reveal that caught him off guard.
But Newbee's still up 6,000 net worth. He'll finish off the pipe on Owen. We'll see what he does. At 21 minutes in, you've got the Maelstrom now going into a BKB for Monet. If that timing on that BKB can be a little bit quicker, RNG to come into this fight with a 9-second BKB on Setsu and a 10-second on the Ember. So We've seen what one BKB can do for them. Could see what happens once they start picking up BKB on Ember and then the Mars as well.
Yeah, BKB is definitely the name of the game here. Most of the damage right now, also with that Radiance build-up, is magical. So BKB makes you pretty much immune to the entire lineup. But it's gonna get really hard soon to play the map for RNG, because Lion is 400 gold of a blink. He already has the Adderlands, and it's almost a full screen hex. Together with the blink dagger as well. Might get caught off guard here by the Adderlands hex. The two supports definitely have the damage to kill him. Steps too far in front.
Dispatching the skeletons. 4 heroes bottom here for RNG. Putting some pressure on it. You know, it's still a little bit of a problem of them not being able to push too heavily onto these towers, too.
Top lane here.
Yeah, Monet. There's the Hex coming out. They've got the cold feet with the chilling touch. There's the stun finger to blow him up. Weishi gets the kill on a Monet. And it's two supports killing the Ember, but they will rotate. Setsu coming in with Flyby and Lanham. They set up the Fissure, but that blocks Flyby and Setsu. Not going to matter. He's got the range. We'll get the kill, and it's a 1-for-1 trade, but a trade nonetheless.
Yeah, you're not happy if you're RNG right now. You TP 2 cores to get a Lion kill, freeing up the entire map for the Newbee side. And of course the kill itself doesn't matter nearly as much as the Ember death. But we spoke about it in the draft. The Lion A, those two supports, they can kill anything on the map. They just have so much damage. Insane.
Now with Finger being level 2, having Ice Blast as well at level 2, you could blow up just about anybody.
Yeah, people don't really think about it, but Finger plus the Ice Vortex is a lot of magic damage. Like the Finger basically deals, how much is it?
It's 30%
Like
on Ice
damage.
Vortex, so...
Yeah, it's 800 damage right in the face from one finger.
Yeah. Wow. Hey, you do the math on that. That is about a Scepter boost on Finger.
He doesn't have any finger decks yet, though. I thought you just got one top lane, but I guess not. Go to kill him. Oh, he actually finished the Glimmer Cape on Lion, foregoing the Blink. Also a good decision, just to be able to help your teammates.
Well, they've got... Does he really need the Blink now that he's got the Aether Lens? Like, obviously, it's great for positioning and getting in there. But they've already got someone who's going to go in with the Ball Lightning as well as the Vortex. They've got Alwyn who's going to lead the charge with his Blink Dagger. You know, it doesn't seem like a necessity for Weishi.
It's not a necessity, but he's the hero that Ember is scared of the most. So as soon as he has a Blink, this Ember is going to be scared to split push anywhere. Because Storm you can still react to and Remnant out in time, but you can't react to an instant Hex. Setting up for Roshan right here. This is very scary though. RNG has a very good Roche pit fight. I don't know if you should just be doing it like this.
We'll see if they can figure it out. They're coming over, and it will be about 1/3 health remaining by the time they get there. Sidefist comes out, Blink, Hook Stomp. Alwyn, great job to kill off Afu. They've got the Arena Blood as well as the Stun. The Echo Time's going to come out from Lanham. They've got a lot of damage coming out on SCC, but the Ball Lightning away. He's able to escape. The BKB's been popped by Flyby. Going to last for a couple seconds longer. BKB popped by Setsu as well as Jaja. The Sanity Scope is going to be dropped down. They'll get the kill on Alwyn. The look over at Setsu is trying to return it, but the Fiend's Grip comes in from the bought back Bane. Ice Blast leading Setsu. Just skates by it. Ball Lightning forward into the Searing Chains, and now with the spear hitting, SCC might just go down. They've got the Fissure to follow it up. One more shot gets him and takes him out.
Oh no,
Well
SCC, he Ball Lightning in there, trying to kill the OD, and then he just ended up feeding instead. It should still be like a Roshan for them. Not free, but it is a Roshan nonetheless.
They get the Roche, they get the Aegis. No steal coming the way of RNG. They did buy back on Alwyn. They didn't have buyback on Storm, or maybe we would have seen that as well.
Yeah. It could have gone a lot better if SCC just chose to play it cautiously instead. But Death kind of hurts him, but they still get the Aegis in the end. But this is kind of what RNG is looking for. These fights where OD can really just lay in the damage. Now BKB and Ember finished, BKB and Mars finished. Fights are gonna get a lot better.
By just eating that Ice Blast. He's got his BKB now at 9 seconds as he showed it off in that previous fight. He's going into the Desolator like you said he should. And he will.
Yeah, they definitely need it for building damage.
They've kept it at 6,000 net worth, and can they start to pressure on RNG? I mean, it's hard with the Aegis on this Wraith King, but they're definitely putting some pressure on the top tier too. Could it, are they looking for a fight, or are they just trying to put pressure and force rotations?
The thing is, right now, Odie is the king of the map. So even though they have an Aegis on the Wraith King, he doesn't really care too much about it. Whoever gets gone on by the Odie during his BKB, he will just melt. It doesn't matter who it is. And I don't like the itemization of Storm Spirit too much, because without a Yules, you're always very, very scared of the chains of the Ember Spirit. Because as soon as you're chained, you're more than likely just gonna die. Which is what we saw at the Radiant Shrine as well.
Yeah.
Supposed to go for the Bloodstone instead.
Looking for me?
I mean, it won't be an issue once he gets his BKB, but it's still, like, a long way off. And there's a lot of room to die until then.
Setsu going into that Hex.
Yeah, Blink Hex. OD is very farmed right now.
The farm of Alwyn and Storm has slowed down significantly.
Yeah.
Because Ember is definitely caught up quite a bit. Obviously the Maelstrom very much a help to that.
Yeah. Right now the biggest gold difference is between the Wraith King and OD, as well as the AA and Bane. But you don't really care about gold and AA too much. Like, it doesn't do a whole lot. So the Nepo fleet is a little bit deceiving. Once this OD finishes his Hex, he's gonna be able to blow up anyone by himself. Blink Hex, BKB, Storm dies instantly. Everybody dies instantly except the Wraith King, because he has Reincarnation.
And now he's level 20, so he's taking that no reincarnation mana cost. Is safe to reincarnate at any moment, which is quite nice because we've seen it a couple times where he's just lacked the mana.
Yeah, the OD ult just drains 40% of your mana, and then every AWP attack does the same thing. So it makes a lot of sense to go for that talent. Closing on the Hex and OD needs another 1,000 gold. And you can see Newbee is kind of scared now, whereas before they played really bossy, really daringly. Now they're kind of like just sticking together and don't really want to fight as callously as they have been. It's really scary in best of ones, because one fight can decide everything.
And for Newbee, this, I mean, for both teams, this is a big one, because if Newbee wins, these two teams are tied at 3-2.
And Newbee needs this, for sure, because otherwise they're 2-3 and it's very hard to recover from that.
It's definitely going to be close towards the 4-5 of the group, so, getting that last playoff spot, it's going to be a race, for sure.
Yep. Smoked up here mid lane.
Ball Lightning coming in with a hoof stomp from Alwyn, and a quick kill there on Afu. And they have really positioned themselves quite well on Newbee, and these pickoffs have been quick and clean. An interesting arena there.
Last minute coming out, yeah. Odie finished the Hex, so he wants to get a jump on anyone really, other than the Wraith King, who's still rocking the Aegis.
Expiring in just a moment, though.
Yeah. Okay, enough to get the tower.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Maybe almost finished. Storm Spirit needs 400 more gold. What they want to do on Newbee right now is kind of try to choke them into base, and then wait for the next Roche, give the Storm and Aegis on the Wraith King, and then it's go time for them.
Yeah, you can really start to shut down that farm. The more and more you pressure them, the more and more RNG feel uncomfortable to move out. because you're getting these pickoffs. Your lead's just going to increase, exponentially. So RNG, they're forced into kind of having to make a move, and we see that here with the smoke, as they really do want to get something, like you said, with this Hex. Setsu looking to just blow somebody up. Blink, Echo Slam with the Hex. They're looking for the damage. They'll get the kill here on SCCC. They look over at Alwyn, who blinked into this. BKB was used. Ice Blast way off the mark, but they've got that Glimmer Cape to help Centaur get away from this one, but they did get a pick off, and it works out well for RNG.
Yeah. Now finally they will be able to get the bottom tier 1 tower. Probably the tier 2 as well. But that's all they'll get for now. Next fight will be very different though, because Storm has a BKB now. And they shouldn't be caught off guard by the Hex anymore. They're actually looking to defend here. It's very brave. If they die here, it could spell disaster for them.
Alright, Fire Blast comes in, a little bit of lag on my end as they blink over the hoof stomp. BKB is going to be popped by Alwyn. They've got themselves the Fiend's Grave coming through on Alwyn. Ice Blast comes around and they'll start to surround him, doing quite a bit of damage. The BKB popped by Flyby. Jaja's trying to get back into this fight. They've got the Hex onto the Centaur, blink it forward. There's the stun from Lanham. But Jaja on the backlines, disrupting this fight quite a bit. Alwyn looking for the stun, but the blink away from Setsu as well as the TP out. They got the kill onto the Lion, and they will take what they are given an escape on the side of RNG.
Yeah, this Wraith King is so scary because as OD, you have to commit your BKB if you want to kill him, and then without BKB, you can't fight the Wraith King anymore. So the positioning RNG is in right now is very tricky, because as soon as the BKB is on cooldown, they cannot take these fights. So you need to wipe the entire team in what, like 7 seconds worth of BKB time for OD? Bit of a challenge.
Yeah, definitely hard to blow them up that quickly.
Any big items coming up? Not really.
Lincoln's maybe on OD.
Wraith King's going for the Abyssal Blade. Don't like it too much because he doesn't have a blink. But I mean, it's definitely a very good item, but you want to have a blink with it.
Yeah, he had that
He's
queued
kind of
up
fast
earlier
with
too.
one Yeah, he had it, but he didn't buy it for some reason. It just feels so clunky, you know? Like you walk up to an OD trying to Abyssal Blade him.
That's gonna be tough.
I guess it can work with the Centaur ult. They want to secure 4 bounty runes here. A sitting at the bottom runes, throwing the Ice Blast up top.
Moving forward, Monet, Sleight of Fist, Searing Chains, not going to stop him from getting the bounty anyway. But they've got the stun, it pops the Lincolns, now the Fissure, potential turn for RNG, but Searing Chains and nothing more.
See, that's why the Blink Dagger online would be so handy. You could have just hexed this Ember right there, completely out of position, and he would just died.
It looked like if he had taken 1 or 2 steps forward, he could have been in range for the Hex regardless of having that blink, but he threw the stun instead, and I think that kept him out of range.
Anyway, now he bought the Blink, so now the threat is on board, and it's a blind Blink as well. Raiden does not know about this. So Ember might get caught off guard here once or twice.
Blink in, Arena comes through. They've got themselves the stun, as well as a lot of damage onto the Ancient Apparition. The Remnant forward from Monet. The BKB is going to be popped by Flyby, as well as Alwyn. Ball landing all the way onto the back lines, looking to get the kill onto Afu. They find Weishi, so both supports have been taken out on the side of Newbee, but the buyback comes out from the Ancient Apparition with the ball landing back from the Storm. Spear hits and lands on Jaja, locking him down in the river. The Echo Slam is huge here, but is it going to be enough? Because Setsu's low, Setsu's gone, he buys back immediately, and they'll take out Lanham. It was a good Echo, but just not enough. And the buyback already committed from Setsu with no buyback on this Earthshaker, and no fight going on anymore.
Yeah, exactly what we spoke about. This BKB, as soon as it's on cooldown, he instantly astraled himself, leaving him completely exposed to everything. I just got blown up completely.
So now the buyback sets Setsu back a bit, and if he dies, I mean, that's 2 minutes, and Newbee can definitely take advantage.
Radiant
Yeah, if this OD dies without buyback, the game is over. They just have no damage anymore after that, so he's gonna be even more cautious now, which will lead to probably a Roshan for the Storm Spirit. Or Aegis rather. Walked up right now. Oh, Setsu!
Yeah, there it is. This is a problem. Ice Blast comes in. He's already gone in 2 minutes on the sidelines. They've got the BKB pop, but Mars is dead anyway. Both of them gone with no buyback. Roche respawning as those 2 kills happened. Oof, Newbee set up to win here.
I'm the bringer of bad news. Game's over.
Middle tower is under
It's the second time you've done that throughout this qualifier already.
Sorry. You know, I'm always listening to this cast and they're always like, yeah, they have a 1% chance that Ember can kill everybody. Nah, there really isn't.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
That molecular chance of making something happen.
Radiant's middle barracks.
If they all 5 run into the fountain, I could see it happen.
Radiant's
But will they do that in the TI qualifier? Questionable.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen. Radiant's
Two quick sets of racks and...
They don't want to go for Megas? They know Odie doesn't have buyback.
Yeah, still gone for a minute.
That's really interesting. They could get the Megas and then get Roshan, and they couldn't do anything about it. They're playing it very cautiously.
Yeah, best of one with a potential of sitting in the top 4 after this. You try to maybe take it as safe as possible.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't let that BO1 fear like guide you to make wrong decisions, you know. Because right now the best decision would have definitely been to take the Mega Creeps. Oh, double impale here. Storm has H, you can jump in here. There's no OD yet.
Hoof stomp and they just blow up Afu. He's gonna jump even further, and the Remnant's not far enough back, so they've got the Electric Vortex. The Arena of Blood comes in, and now Flyby trying to make work of this storm, but the Ice Blast hits on both these heroes. They've got themselves the Abyssal Blade, and they'll take out Monet. They'll look for more. The BKB is gonna be popped by Flyby to try and get out of this one. Buyback immediately committed by Monet, as OD just gets back up.
Yep.
Radiant's top
Very interested if they try to fight this 4v5. OD right now is like 80% of the damage. No OD means no fight.
Radiant's
But obviously they're getting
has
like,
fallen.
you know, they want to make something happen. They're getting a bit desperate.
Rags finished for both the Wraith King as well as the Centaur.
Who took the blessing? Or was Wraith King who took it? Or did he just finish it by himself? No, he took the blessing, right?
I think he finished it by himself because he's only at 300 gold.
Radiant's
Pumped another
bottom
6k
shrine
gold
is under
after the
attack.
Abyssal Blade?
Yeah, that was only
Man.
the second Roche, I believe.
Okay. Alright, now, whoever you kill, who cares?
Radiant's bottom shrine has fallen.
What, BKB duration is 6 seconds. How long do the raves last? 5 seconds, right?
7 seconds.
Damn, that's so long. So this
that
BKB
is-
is basically worthless.
Ooh, Ball Lightning coming through. They'll look for Afu again, who has not really been able to play Dota at all.
Yeah, it's always spoke about like a fat storm like this makes every support's life hell. Especially with an arcane rune. You can't even click on him, you know? You try to, it's just not possible. And they're just gonna finish off the last set of wrecks here. I mean, we'll see how they try to fight it, but there's
Spear
really
comes
much
down.
to do about it.
Middle tower is under attack.
Can they follow this up with anything? They've already lost the tower. They're going to try and move forward. They've got themselves the Hex. They'll look for the kills with all Lightning all the way on the back line once again. But it's not going to matter. The BKB is going to be popped by Flyby as well as Setsu. They'll get themselves the first kill. Now let's see if they can cover him up for another one. Going to lose Flyby. SCC is such a nuisance.
Yeah, they still have the OD ult, and Ravekin has no ult and no BKB right now. They take the Meteor X, probably just gonna wait for the Ravekin ult / BKB, and then going for the kill. There's really no rush right now.
And they've got no tier 4s. Ancient exposed.
Yup.
This is a hard hold if possible.
Night King is coming, my friend.
Radiant's top
Hopefully
barracks
this Night King won't be as disappointing, but Sanities will be dropped. They'll look for another one as he uses that refresh orb with the BKB. But SCCC looking for the Bane once again. Gone 100 seconds down for set 2, and they will look for more. They've already got the GG call as Lanham gets taken out. Monet trying to survive. They will take their consolation prize in Mars, but also take the victory here for Newbee.
Yep. Well done by Newbee.
Yeah, very
Good
well
draft,
done
good
there.
execution. I'm especially impressed by the supports, I think. Like, the Newbee supports completely outplayed RNG. Yeah,
They did such a good
outwarded
job.
them. Yeah, they outwarded them. The spell usage was spot on. Of course, like, the cores played really well too. But I think the supports made it just that much easier, you know?
Yeah, we saw them blow up a couple of guys too. So they were opening up space for the cores on the side of Newbee. Did so much right here, and you know, at the end of the day, they do end up getting the victory. So it looked really good for them. It stemmed from the supports as well, and overall, I mean, Newbee looked probably as good as they've looked all season in that game.
Yeah, it's this game was, again, I think, very easy for Newbee to play just because the RNG draft didn't really make much sense at all. Like, I didn't like this OD last pick. If it was a Medusa, it would make sense, you know. You would have like all the bases covered, kind of, but you can't just pick a draft that's just made to fight without having any way of taking Roshan or objectives. It just doesn't work anymore in Dota. It's just too risky. And I think RNG learned a lesson from this game. They're a very good team, so they still need, what, 1 win or 2 wins to secure the playoffs, so take that lesson and apply it, my friends.
Yeah, 4 should be the number to get into the playoffs, so both these teams potentially 1 win away from securing the playoffs, and we'll have to see, you know, if they're able to do so. Look at Fenrir, by the way. He had 1 death. He had bought back immediately when he died. His death timer, 1 second total. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, the supports, they played really well.
And they played perfect for Newbee. We'll be back with our next game, Serenity against CDEC. And we'll be on break for a moment. Stay right there. We'll have a game for you soon.